Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Ellen. We're going on a wild ride painting a really kind of cool, abstract, expressive floral here. Going through the motions. If you're a Patreon member, you get the extensive part of it. And if you want to be a Patreon member, click the link in the description box below. And you see my process, how I intuitively paint something like this. Just kind of really different, unique, and expressive. And if this is something you're interested in, you should check it out. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so I'm using Fabiano 100% cotton cold pressed paper. This is a block, and this is their bright white 9x12. I'll be playing with some flat wash brush, my 3/4 inch from Princeton. And so this is very intuitive painting, right? I'm not really going to give you a trace or anything like that. It's just basically drawing maybe the vase and then going in and putting in some flowers. So maybe I'll just kind of figure I'm going to do a vase cylindrical here. That goes down just to give me an eye point of view where it's going to be. It kind of curves, it kind of goes down in a V. Maybe it could go straight down, but maybe mine will go down like this, just to give me an idea where it's going to be, where it's going to land. Just to give myself an idea of all that, and then like maybe the water line or so. Okay, so you can start off a couple of ways. You can paint the flowers first. And then the vase. Actually, I'm going to get this vase, it's kind of big. I'm going to pull it down a little bit more. And, or vice versa. You can stuff with stems. Okay, so I might do a combination of stems and flowers and see where it goes. So for stems, I'll just take some burnt sienna. I'm going to grab some greens too. So Prussian blue and cadmium yellow deep. If burnt sienna and ultramarine blue deep, get some browns happening for a stem at the same time. And a couple of greens going. So just yellow with that green. Make a little bit more Prussian blue in here. Mix, color mix. And I use a little burnt umber. I don't like my greens to be super bright bluish green, but you can have both. Okay, and then we go to light green too by adding some more yellow. And you can add yellow to peacock blue, which is a nice bright green. Play with that. So I'll take my brush, kind of go like this and hold it on the side, coming down. You want a variety of greens. Of course, add this darker one, kind of coming through. You can kind of, this could be like the line of the water. I mean the vase line, and this could be the water line down here. Add some browns. So we got a lot of stems happening. We have to add some leaves and flowers to those. Leaf. I'll take my green here and kind of just take my brush and twist and kind of pull down. And do the same, pull up, kind of twist and pull down here. Again, this is like intuitive painting. This is not a specific drawing or anything. I just kind of go with it. Kind of move the paint. Go like that. Make it a little bit thicker too. Have some thick leaves coming down. Make it interesting. So there's some browns in there. I'm going to start playing with some purples. You can make purple by ultramarine blue deep and some bright magenta or rose. I do have a purple that I just got from Holbein. It's a mineral violet. Interesting color. I picked up some colors in Japan. And it's kind of a dull purple. And you can add some, oh, this one's actually the one that's really bright. It's just the permanent violet. And you can make purple with ultramarine blue deep. So this is the violet, which is pretty. I think the mineral violet is too dull if you like that color. I'm adding too much water, but that's okay. And we can just, a couple of things we could do for painting. We can do some lilacs and make the, I can show you how to make lilacs, but I'm also going to show you how to make some really loose flowers. Just to take some clear water and just kind of like splotch it around your paper like this, and just see where it lands and twisting and turning. Start grabbing your color and throwing it in that blotch. You see that? Just tapping it, whoop, and throwing it in that blotch. And then moving some paint out. What did it create? I don't know. Kind of a cool, almost looks like an iris. So let's maybe kind of make an iris type shape. Push down, and these little guys on the right hand side, they're kind of like swooping. Little bats swooping. You get that kind of shape. And I can make some more with the blue and the bright rose. I can throw in this dark color. Maybe even swoop the color like that. Now it looks like an iris. So he's swooping, pushing down. Right? This looks like a bearded iris up here. Didn't even expect that. Just really loose. That dark color in there. So now you got to go with the flow, right? I didn't even expect to make an iris, but now it's kind of turning into one. And that didn't take much time at all, right? 3 of those, but I want to continue adding something over here. Color. Maybe some more pink tones. Kind of happening back here. And throwing it in there. Now it looks all kind of in a line. Not great. You want to kind of have it go maybe up and out. And I'm going to take the brush and push it like this. Kind of mixing on my paper actually. Now we got 5. I do like to have my blooms in odd numbers. And I'm just going to tap that color and put something up here as well. And we're going to add some greens too. So now it's going up the page, right? More interesting. Can have some of this stuff coming down into the vase area. This pinky tone coming down in here. Very interesting. Just kind of twisting this. I'm going to remove some of my purple and get back into these greens. There's that Prussian blue and some burnt umber. Grab a little bit of yellow, more blue, so it's a deeper color green. Get some of that deep green in here. Some stems. Leaving this kind of clear because I'm going to do like a clear beige, but kind of getting in. Going to add some more brown. Some more stems kind of happening here. And then some leaves. So, more yellow. Add some green. Taking the brush, push down, kind of twist out. Twist out. Again, I can take some water. The mine's not so clear anymore, but just kind of tap the water down around here. Ooh, look at that happened. And down here and up here, and then start to add some green paint. Just kind of throw it around. And you can say, yes, you've been doing this, and so it's easy. Well, you know, practice makes perfect. I didn't do this stuff years ago. I'm going to have some greens coming down on this side. I'm going to go nothing against this section here, like a dark color. So you can see the vase on the edge, like that. Does that make sense? So grabbing some greens, kind of putting those in there. Some bright color, and then we've got this dark color. I might even just continue like maybe a deep purple. Where's my purple again? That permanent violet. Mixing in here. Really get in there dark. So you see the edge of that vase. It's very dramatic. I'm going to clean up some water here. Just move it around. So this side is kind of just mishmash of color. And that's all dramatic. Right? Fill it in with a little green in here. A little yellowish green. And I'm going to grab more of that purple. So this side of the paper is extremely dramatic, and the other side's a little bit lighter and softer and pretty. We can also just water this stuff down, mix it all together. Because you can't see the edge of the vase here. But if you just put a little color, you can kind of see it now, see? A lighter color, so that really light, right, super pale gray. Do you see the bars now? Now you can see it, right? Because we've kind of lined, I'm gonna add a little more purple up in here. But it's much paler than the left-hand side. It's just having fun, being dramatic with your painting. I could just lift up some of this with my paper towel and have like a little texture going. Because remember, we're just having fun here. Make it more interesting again. Right? You kind of twist your paper towel and you get those cool textures. And that can even just like make this even lighter still. Just by lifting it. By taking my brush, putting the water there and kind of lifting it with the paper towel. If I felt like that side just bugged me, it was just a little too dark. You gotta play with it, it's all intuitive. And just kind of mush out this paint a little bit. With some dry brushing. I got a little in my vase. I kind of like that better. And I would take maybe some pinks, kind of go out this way a little bit. Yeah, see, we're having fun here. Just a little crazy fun. And now I'm thinking, adding some deeper color down here, even some greens. Just something. Gonna add some more greens going through the vase. All these funky little stems happening. And even taking some of the green and kind of going in here on the edge and kind of mushing it. We haven't got the white line yet for our water. We'll put that in there. See, just kind of mushing that vase. The color. All these colors can be mushed together. Kind of put in there. I know, dramatic, right? We're getting very dramatic. That's the name of the game. No boring painting here. And then I'll go back in with a green again. A little thicker paint. Tap on my paper towel. Just put that leaf back in here. Put some stems out here. Some leaves kind of plopping out here that we didn't have on the top. Look at that. Pretty dramatic, don't you think? So this abstract kind of iris doesn't take long to make it really unique. Lastly, I'm going to play with a couple of things. I'm going to remove some paint in here. It just kind of looks like a blob. I just kind of like shape this flower a little better by removing some of the paint. So it has some kind of shape. And we're going to get the little center, because I'm going to add yellow. Same thing here. Just taking wet water, kind of removing that center part. And up here I'm going to add some yellow to the center. Now that I've removed that kind of weird shape for that purple, I'll go back in with the pink. Kind of go in here. So the pink makes a little bit more sense back there. It was looking too blobby purple. I just didn't like it. Again, it's, you know, it's an abstract, so it doesn't really matter. Kind of tap a little bit of color. Got a very fuchsia pink one there, so I feel like I have to balance it by adding some little pinky kind of things over here. Little taps. Little pink color flowers. So it's balanced with some pink. And then of course the dark greens have to be balanced as well. Gonna add a little bit more of those stems that are darker and some leaves, so it makes sense. Gotta always balance everything. Okay. Lastly, we can either remove paint. So I have like a water line and a vase line. So the vase line was here. So again, you're just taking this brush, lifting. Look at that. Just lifting the color. And same thing here. Where the water line would be. I can't speak. Really skinny. Look at that. Just lifting. You're just lifting color. If you don't want to lift the color, you can always just add white gouache line. It's up to you. I can kind of mush this color down here because the water line, it's a little white, but then you kind of mush the color. And then we can add a little bit of yellow in the center. Just taking the corner of my brush and tapping in some yellow in those areas that could be the center of the flower. So it's an abstract type of iris, what have you. Play around with that. It's just really kind of simple and fun. Here I might have gone a little crazy. I could kind of remove some paint again by lifting. It's up to you. You got to play around with the last bits of it. Add some more fun stems. See what you can come up with. See if you like it or not. Don't lift too much because it will make the paper kind of fall apart. But play with it. So I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if your thoughts. If you're a Patreon member, you get the extended version. Click the link in the description box to join my Patreon. Lots of cool things on Patreon, way more extensive than YouTube. And it's where you support my free content here on YouTube, which I really appreciate. It's how I survive. Thank you so much. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.